I got here as soon as I could. What is going on?
I think I finally have the Everhart case
I'm
under
not
control.
talking about the Everhart case, and you know it. I'm talking about the phone call that I answered here last night.
I told you that was a crank call.
Yeah, and then you hung up on me.
There was nothing more to say. Besides, I wasn't in a place where I could talk.
Yes, I know Victoria doesn't like me calling you at home, but I felt that this was important, especially when I picked up the phone and someone told me that Eden was alive. And this isn't the first time he called, is it?
You're making this too melodramatic, as usual, Julia.
Mason, I have been here several times when you have picked up that phone, hung up that phone, and it's been as white as a sheet. This is the same person that has been making the calls. Right?
Yeah.
Well, don't you think that we should do something about it?
There is nothing to do, Julia. You know as well as I do that I made a lot of enemies, especially when I was DA. A few weeks ago, an attempt was made on my life by a man I had convicted. Now, why wouldn't somebody like that take advantage of a vulnerability as obvious as Eden's death?
Mason, you didn't even flinch when you got those letters that were threatening your life. You've been a wreck for days, and I think it has something to do with the phone calls.
Well, you're wrong.
Have you told anybody about this?
No. And it has to remain strictly confidential between the two of us.
Doesn't Victoria know?
No, there was no reason to tell her.
Mason, what are you so worried about confidentiality when you think they're crank calls anyway?
Because the last thing I need is for Cruz or my father or Sophia to get wind of these calls. They might take them seriously.
Well, I have to admit, when I got the call, I started to wonder myself. Do you think there's any truth to this, Mason? Do you think Eden could be alive?
No, it's totally impossible.
Fine, I'm still not going to let you ignore this like you did the letters that almost got you killed. If you have an enemy from the past, then I think that we should call the police.
No. No police. Are you listening to me? I don't want anyone else involved.
All right. I won't say anything, all right? But I think you're being foolish.
Fine. Now that we've got that settled, this is the issue we should be discussing.
I'm surprised Victoria gave that to you.
Oh, it's only a copy.
Of course. The real one is probably very secure in a vault somewhere.
How could you do anything this foolish?
It's not foolish, Mason. It was necessary.
Julia, I'm the baby's father. For you to draw up papers disavowing any claim to my support was not only unnecessary, it was selfish and irresponsible.
Are you insinuating that I'm not capable of offering my child a secure financial future?
Not at all.
Then why are you objecting to the document? I've renounced any claims to take your money now or in the future. Believe me, I have taken every step possible to make sure that my child is financially secure.
There wasn't any need for it.
No, there really wasn't any need for a legal document. You know very well that I would never try to take money from you. But it seems to be a bone of contention with Victoria. Mason, I thought you'd be thanking me for the gesture, not complaining about it.
Why? I didn't ask for this. I refused to sign the papers that Victoria had drawn up.
Well, then you're lucky, because you didn't get hooked into having to compromise your pride.
You're making a very great effort to dictate my financial involvement in this matter. Are you going to try to dictate my emotional involvement as well?
Mason, I told you.
I don't care what you told me, Julia. From the beginning of this, you've tried to turn it into some kind of deal memo, some cold, strict contract. Well, you found out otherwise. It doesn't work that way. We're not talking about goods and services here. We're talking about a baby. Our baby.
My baby.
I'm the father. There's not a damn thing you can do about that, Julia. You can't ask me to feel nothing for it, and you certainly can't ask me to do nothing for it.
It's It's in writing, Mason. I can't...
Oh,
seem-
come on, Julia. You know as well as I do that that statement of yours isn't worth the paper it's written on. You look at me and tell me that you don't think the father-to-be deserves consideration.
As much as I hate backing off from an argument with you, I haven't got the energy. The past few weeks of this pregnancy, have really taken a toll on me.
I know it can't have been easy for you, working here and dealing with all of this as well.
I can handle it. For a lot of reasons. I can't wait until this baby is born.
I can't either. You better sit down. See, I've become something of an expert on pregnant women.
Thanks. And don't try to butter me up because I can't back out of this thing even if I wanted to.
Well, I didn't think I could win you over that easily. I do expect to win back the possibility of assisting you with the child support.
Mason, I already told you.
Mason Capwell. I can't talk now. I'm not alone.
That was him, wasn't it?
No, that was a personal call.
Mason, where are you going? What are you doing?
I have to go take care of some personal business, that's all.
I don't think that you should be dealing with this by yourself.
With what?
Give me a little credit, will you?
Julia, the best thing you can do for me is to take care of yourself and the baby and not waste any energy worrying about me.